Hola, buenos días, es Nico.
My nigga, you a faggot!
So today, first of all, ignore the sheets. I'm washing my sheets and comforter because I'm moving this weekend, so I'm doing a lot of prep work, but I also gotta record. So we're gonna be talking about something very interesting today. If you like this kind of content though, make sure to follow me at Patreon at patreon.com/Nicosaesthetics for more exclusive videos along with YouTube early access. Sorry, I have to think. My brain stops sometimes when I'm trying to speak really fast. But yeah, today's video is going to be something very disgusting. Nico, what do you mean? Can I say that word? The chum walk. You know, like chum bucket, but minus the H. Yeah. I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube. But essentially, the chum walk of shame. This OnlyFans performer, a person, a particular group that I don't normally talk on here just because I talk about black and brown issues, but this was a kink situation that took over every aspect of Twitter, from white to black to brown and everyone in between. We all came together to say, bitch, you're out of pocket. And what do you mean? So this fine young gentleman, this Caucasian OnlyFans performer, decided that he was going to get a fresh facial. Nico, what do you mean? Like, you know, a party piñata, like, confetti, but all over your face during super happy adult fun time. But not only was he going to get a facial, he was then going to walk through Target with it still on his face. What do you mean? As in, drenched in party piñata confetti from his super happy adult fun time, walking through Target, you know, an establishment that Beyonce goes to. That's what really offended me. If it was Walmart, you kind of expect these kind of shenanigans. He was at Target. There's levels to this. You don't disrespect Target. You don't disrespect Target, but essentially everybody came together to say, nah, bitch, you out of pocket, because this isn't a situation like Loadgate where they were all consenting adults. We can acknowledge that it's not safe sexual practices, but everyone there was consenting. But this, you're taking the consent away from everybody that you cross to see your face covered in chum. You know what I mean? Chum minus the H. You gotta put it together. Some of y'all hear my keywords and y'all like, what does that mean? I'm explaining it the best I can without being demonetized. People were saying that by doing this in a public setting, you are stripping away the consent of everybody that sees this, because at this point, nobody, like, you're involving strangers in your kink. And he was also put on blast for putting people's faces while he's doing these kind of things in his videos, essentially taking away their consent and documenting it for his own profit on his OnlyFans, Just for Fans, etc. But from what I recently heard, even Just for Fans is starting to take away public content. What do you mean, Nico? OnlyFans originally allowed public content, but that usually pushed creators to go above and beyond with their performances. Being reckless in a parking lot, being reckless in a dressing room at a retail store, that kind of thing. Like, they were getting down and dirty for views, but they were also causing harm to people that would find them. Harm? Yes, you can scar somebody. Like, I don't understand why people think, oh, it's just super happy adult fun time. You can scar people. You can scar younger people. You just don't do weird shit like that. That's like flashing somebody. So even Just for Fans allegedly is supposed to be removing public content because people are just going rampant with it. So at this point, we all came to an agreement, and I mean all aspects of Twitter. They said this is no longer sex positivity. This has to be some kind of psychosexual brain thing, because somebody with a normal, healthy brain would not think it's okay to get a facial and then walk around in a Target to show it off to people to get off on that. Like, that's a bizarre thing. That's just a less dramatic form of flashing, in my opinion. But definitely drop your opinions down below. This time is not going to be that much of a conflicting ideology, seeing as how most people came to the agreement that this was out of pocket. Even people in the exhibitionist community agreed that this was out of pocket, and you're taking away the consent of so many people, and you will probably end up on a registry list. What do you mean? People think that you have to do something lewd with a minor, or you have to blatantly flash people to end up on a sex offender list, when the rules are actually a lot more strict than that. Like, you don't have to go completely in the left to appear on a sex registry list. So I would recommend people be careful with their content. I would recommend that you do things that aren't taking away the consent of others, such as public scenarios where you're easily spottable. If you're, like I said in a prior video, if you're in like the woods, if you're in like a distant parking lot, it's empty, nobody's there, you're at a park late at night, I personally don't care what you do. As long as you're actively not trying to be seen, as long as you're doing your things in quiet, I don't know your situation, I don't know your finances, do what you want to do as long as you're not purposely scarring people. But purposely getting a facial and then walking through a busy Target, that's bizarre. It's bizarre in my opinion, but yeah. Definitely drop your opinions down below. Do you have the same consensus, the same ideals that the majority are having this time? Because everybody is coming together from what I've seen. I've seen his fans defend it, but most, adult cinematography fans defend their kink. That's just their knee-jerk reaction. But what are your opinions? Because most people are saying this is out of pocket. And for once, I am not in like the minority for saying something is out of pocket. But yeah. Definitely drop your opinions down below. Boop.
And once again, a quick thank you to all my patrons on Patreon, and a quick shout out to my third eye tier patrons. Your support means everything to me and helps me do this a lot more smoothly. I will also be listing this week's live stream topic in case anybody wants to join in on the fun. I will see you guys there.